McKnight right wing into the lane. Nice little pass for Knudsen underneath the hoop. Left hand too strong off glass, but he gets the offensive board. Muscles his way in. Another shot, no good with the right hand from the left block. Between the circles. He works right inside Knudsen from the left block. Big block by Bryant Smith, and the ball's out of bounds. Back for McMillan in the right corner. He's working on Schaefer. Drives left in the lane. Puts up a shot too strong with the right hand. Tipped underneath, and Bristol got it to go. So Fordham back on top, 20-19, 9:16 to go in the first half. Schaefer running the point for Lehigh, man-to-man defense from the Rams. From the right wing, he drives inside, blocked by Bristol, out of bounds. It will stay with Lehigh. That's Curvin's second big block today. Right wing, that's McMillan. He's pushing the pace, now he'll set things back up. Estwick a three, good from the right wing. Alberto has his second bucket of the ball game. Frazier, it's Rams' ball after the block. Rams working right to left. It's Smith between the circles. He hands off for Frazier between the circles. He drives off, stops and pops. Good from 18 and the left wing. Frazier has the Rams' last 4 points. Fordham's back on top.
Needs to pull it back out instead of throwing it into a crowd.
McMillan works left from the right wing. Forces up a shot. That's going to rattle on home from the left block.
You know, going in at halftime, playing the way we did, we weren't able to sustain it. And we shot ourselves in the foot, turning the ball over, and especially at the foul line. I think that's where the game was won and lost. You know, we had 16 turnovers, I think. They had 8, so 8 or 6. And the free throw shooting. Obviously, as I said the other day, we shoot them sets of 1, 1-and-1s. We shoot them in groups of 5. We shoot 200 every night on their own. And they shoot the ball fairly well doing it in practice. But when the lights come on, they tend to this point, they don't bear down and knock them down. And I remember doing a clinic a long time ago with Eddie Sutton, and he said that teams that don't make free throws are like dogs that chase cars. They don't last very long. And he was very right in his country way of saying it. And that's what hurt us today. We just couldn't get ourselves ahead, and we couldn't get ourselves back in to the game, shooting 6 of 17 from the foul line. It really hurt us. And obviously our shooting percentage from the floor, 42%, is okay. Them 36, but 50% in the second half. And it just seemed like any time we thought we were going to make a play, they went to the foul line and they made 2 free throws and kind of took the air out of it. And then we got frustrated. What I just talked to them about, more so than the basketball end of it, well, I talked about ball toughness because I thought the ball was ripped out of our hands a number of times. And Fatty McMillan can't have 4 turnovers. He's too good a player. Brandon Frazier definitely can't have 5 turnovers. He did a decent job on McCullum, and we thought if we were able to do that, we would win. But Knudsen just beat up our front court guys, and we've got to alleviate that and fix that. And Curvin's got to stop fouling out of games. That's the bottom line. And silly foul on his 5th one. So we have a lot of work to do. Tomorrow's a day off. They'll come in for treatments, but we're going to go for 3 hours Saturday morning and 3 hours Sunday, and get ready for a really good Hampton team, a team who I think's been to the NCAA tournament the last 2 years.
How much of the free throw shooting comes down to the inexperience of players?
I don't know. I mean, to a degree, you can say that, but I mean, look, Chris Gaston shot 1 for 5. He's not an experienced player. Fatty was 50%, which is unacceptable, and Brandon Frazier 0 for 2. I mean, just the fact that we only had. We had 17 free throws. It's they had 25, and we didn't get a bad whistle. They were playing harder at times, and I think that our guards really struggled getting the ball to the rim. We had a good stretch in the end of the first half where we got dribble penetration, and then they bared down a little bit, made a couple of adjustments, and our guards didn't rise to the occasion. Yeah, they were young, but so what? It's what we got, you know what I mean? I don't have a senior, the backcourt player that I can put out there that's going to make the plays we need, so we've got to live and die with these freshmen and sophomores.
I noticed with about 12 minutes left after the timeout, McMillan really attacked the basket hard.
Is
that something you appreciate?
Yeah, and he missed. It was exactly what we wanted to do, and he got in there, and I mean, what did he shoot from the floor, man? It was, 6 for 17. I mean, and only 3 were 3-pointers. So he's getting in the lane and not making plays. I think he was over-penetrating a little bit. I think there were 8 and 10-foot jumpers that he forced to 4 and 6 feet, and then he was in traffic and he didn't make them. I think they were very disciplined. They were a very disciplined defensive team. They did a great job loading to the ball. And when we got the ball in the post, one of the things we wanted to do was kick the ball opposite. We didn't do that all night because people on the weak side were open for shots. But they're a very, very ball-conscious team. And, you know, and they've won 5 in a row. So they're feeling good about themselves, and they're on a little bit of a roll here. They're a good basketball team. But that's no excuse. I thought we were going to – I was happy at halftime. Not just because we were up a point, but the way we were playing, we were competing against what I perceive as being a very good basketball team. And obviously 20 minutes later, or 20 basketball minutes later, as we sit here an hour later, I'm not happy. And I'm not happy about the last 10 minutes of the game, how the game slipped away, and then we couldn't get ourselves back in it because we couldn't make free throw. And in turn, when you can't make free throws, you can't press. You know, it's really hard to press off misses, and we wanted to extend the floor and try to get into them a little bit. And we weren't able to do that. So we are obviously a work in progress, and we'll continue to work hard. And we gave up how many points in the second half? 50? 56. Or 50. Yeah, I mean, come on, 50 points. You hold the team to under 40% shooting from the floor and give up 50 points. So obviously there's a ton at the foul line. But we will get better.
Defensively in the second half, Lehigh was able to shoot a lot better. What changed? What did they do to adjust?
What they did was they penetrated and kicked to their forwards. And their forwards made a couple shots when they played small. And our forwards got caught staring at the ball. And it's something we had worked on. When you play teams that are skilled 1 through 4, you can't turn your back on a 4-man who can drill threes. You know, so he's spacing to an open area, and in turn, they kicked it, you know, right out to him, and he made a couple threes that way. So I mean, that's what got them going and got them that separation. I think we burned a timeout. We had another media timeout to try to slow him down, and we'd come out of and one would roll off the rim, or we'd go to the foul line and miss 2. So we weren't able to take advantage of what we were trying to run coming out of timeouts either.
Can you talk a little bit about Lehigh's pace? I noticed early in the second half they really came out.
Well, we talked about, we did a good job in the first half, I thought, controlling that. If you saw the first 5 minutes, I was telling them, this is not the way we want to play. We don't want to play in the 90s. We're not deep enough, we're not experienced enough. We don't take care of the ball well enough to play that way yet. Because our guards are young, they'll throw the ball all over the gym playing at that pace. And then in the second half, when we tried to play catch-up, that's exactly what happened. We had those turnovers. So, but in the second half, we weren't able to slow them down. And in turn, you know, we're shooting jumpers, long rebounds. They're getting out on the break. I thought we did a poor job on the backboards. We out-rebounded them. But I really think that our guards have really got to start rebounding the ball better. Brandon Frazier had only 2 rebounds. Who else? Brian Smith. You know, didn't have a rebound in 19 minutes. He was out of it, you know, and he's a freshman, and he had a rough night, and he was putting his head down, and I told him that can't happen. He's too good a player for that to happen. You know, when you make a bad play and then you put your head down, well, you're not gonna, the next one's not going to be a good one, you know, and I look at body language and their mindset and their attitudes all the time, so something for us to work on.
Kervin played very physical and very well in the first half. He had 4 blocks.
Yeah.
What changed at halftime? What did he?
Well, he's playing with a bad cold, so I'm running him in and out, but that's not an excuse. He played as well as he could. What happened was he made some stupid fouls again. I mean, the 5th foul was ridiculous. The guy was inside of him. His last 2 fouls were trying to go over the back. And he's got to be disciplined. He's a senior, and he's got to be disciplined. And we're a different team on the floor with him because we can pressure the ball, and if people do beat us, he's in the back there, and he's a very good shot blocker. But we need him on the floor. You know, we need him on the floor more than 20 minutes.
You talked about Brandon's defense on McCollum tonight.
I thought he did a very good job. McCollum got some hoops the last 5 minutes that probably got him. What did he end up with, 15? So, but if you had said to me McCollum's going to have 10 or 15, I would have said we're going to win this basketball game. But once again, the problem was the foul line and Knutson. He did a great job beating us up in the paint. Cool?
Thanks,
Thank you, guys. Thanks very much.